Hi. I am taking my Mr. Slope guide that I created on creately.com and I just put it into a Smartboard file. And I also have a paper copy that the kids have individually on their desk. So they have all the hints on what all the shortcuts are and the rules for lines. I did write the directions in both English and Spanish. So I wrote, remember that the vertical line is always an X number. So the X is here, my vertical line, it's undefined. My horizontal line has a 0 slope, it's always Y equals. And the most important two things when they're graphing is the negative line is up and to the left and the positive line is up and to the right. So they have this on their desk to look at when they're doing some of the basic graphing lines. It's a huge unit that takes a long time to explain to them. I have about 95% Spanish speakers, so I do both English and Spanish. Because most of my kids that are not Spanish speakers have learned English in their country. Then we go to graphing lines. So I give them this, which I created on one of the Smartboard files that we had in Unit 3, I think. And I just color-coded it for them. And we talk about where do the points go and how do you graph, and then we connect that to slope. So it'll go into the next thing. So they have this point A, and I do have them come up, and they like to come up and play with the board. They actually really enjoy it. And they have to plot point A, and point A is 5, 3, so we talk about where is that, what quadrant is that in. It's in quadrant 1 because they're both positive. And then they just take this and they slide it over and they put it at 5, 3. And then I have somebody else come up and do the next point and next point and next point. Then we go to the next slide and they're connecting the points A and B. So if this B is -4, +1 here. They are then counting our slope and connecting. So then we go and we find all the slopes of the how many lines can we draw, and they get creative and it makes it kind of fun. And then they'll have a homework plotting points and doing slope, and then the next day we'll transition to something a little harder. That's it.
And look at your wall.
Oh yeah, and I always use my word wall over there that has the axes and has the English and the Spanish and has the pluses and the minuses. And when I teach graphing, I always teach it as derecha arriba, so they know they're going left and up or right and up.